A constitutional crisis 2025. A constitutional crisis 2025. Lord willing, this message has been edifying, giving infinite honors and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachakwadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, through His only begotten Son, by their true Hebrew names, called Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachakwadash. All right, double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessing to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. A constitutional crisis 2025. And this is an article from the Newsbreak app, all right, by Kip Jones. It says, politics. Chuck Schumer says that the United States is in a constitutional crisis thanks to the lawless president. Lawless, angry president. All right, Chuck Schumer says the U.S. is in a constitutional crisis thanks to a lawless, angry president. All right, Lord willing, this message is edifying, and the scriptures mentions these times that we're currently living in. All right, where all hell will break loose, where it will be a lawless society. Okay, scriptures tell us. Matter of fact, I'll just start with the book of Isaiah, chapter 24. And around the 10th verse, it says, Isaiah 24:10, the city of confusion is broken down. That city of confusion is Babylon the Great, America, the United States. Just as is mentioned in the title of this article, Chuck Schumer says the United States is in a constitutional crisis. All right, that city of confusion, all right, Babylon the Great. Babylon goes into confusion, all right? So that's speaking of America. It says, every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And that's exactly the scene that the Most High has pronounced here in America, across the four corners of the earth, all right? It's broken down financially, economically, socially, religiously, all right, politics, okay, all education, all those things are coming to naught in this society, man. All right, it says there's a crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. All right, the earth is crying out, the people want answers, but the answers can be found in prophecy. Okay, these different judgments that are going out throughout the planet Earth, pestilence, plagues, rumors of war. The nations are gearing up their nuclear power, all right, for an ultimate showdown, okay? And that main place that's going to be wiped off of the face of the earth is Babylon the Great, America, that city of confusion. So it's being broken down ultimately to be made desolate, all right? And the city is filled with judgment, riots, all right, civil unrest, okay, all right, uproars of the people, all right, a disregard for authorities, all right, higher authorities, law enforcement. We're also seeing that, man. So it says, there's a crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone, and the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. And that's what's going to happen here in America. Draconian laws are implemented, the society becomes lawless, all hell breaks loose, all right. Suddenly, the full storehouses shall suddenly appear empty. That's what's going to happen in these times, man. The earth is preparing for it, man. All right? But all signs point to prophecy, okay? And this is back in 2nd Esdras. I'll just go back to it. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, and I'll start at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. The word woe means destruction, all right? Why did the Lord, through the prophet Esdras, all right, declare woes unto the world? Because of things like these we will see in this time, all right? You have Chuck Schumer saying that the United States is in a constitutional crisis thanks to a lawless and an angry president. So let's read into it. It says, the country is in a constitutional crisis in an interview that will air on Sunday's Meet the Press. Following a week of attacks from within his own party, after he supported a GOP-led continuing resolution bill to keep the government open, the New York Democrat sat down with Welker It says the pair did not touch on calls for Schumer to be replaced as the leading Senate Democrat in a short preview released Thursday evening by NBC News. Let's read down. It says, however, in the clip, Welker did press Schumer about calls to impeach a judge who ordered President Trump to pause deportation flights that were ordered after the president cited the Aliens Enemies Act of 1798. So what you have going on is a kingdom divided, like it tells you in the New Testament. All right, any house divided against itself shall fall. You have one guy that's saying, okay, we have to impeach this judge, all right, who came down on President Trump. Then you have President Trump saying, well, you know what, these judges, they shouldn't have this type of authority. They shouldn't have the decision-making power that they have. So it's major divisions from within, man. All right, and the Lord is sending these things, okay? So it says, verse 15, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's what all these different uproars within these different political communities, government parties, political parties, that's what it's going to lead to, man. From the greatest level to the lowest level, from the local levels to the state levels to the federal levels, man. All right? All of those levels are divided by prophecy. So it says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's what it's going to. It tells you in the book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter, the Egyptians shall be set against the Egyptians. The modern day Egyptians, all right, Babylonians are the Americans, man. So you're going to have Americans versus Americans, race wars, class wars, civil wars. The word civil goes into citizen, all right. So this place is being divided against itself, so ultimately it could be hit by those nuclear missiles. That's what the Lord is preparing these streets of America for, ultimately, all right. But all hell is about to break loose, and you see it with things like this from the inside. It says, this week, the president called to impeach a judge who ruled against him on the deportations alleged gang members. As you know, Welker said, Supreme Court Justice released a rare statement rebuking the idea of using impeachment to settle judicial disagreements. So you have, like the scriptures say, we go into it time after time. It's the book of Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. That city of confusion, once again, all right? That kingdom of confusion is divided against itself. And something that's divided against itself is going to be completely destroyed, man. Anything that's divided against itself, all right, is going to implode, man. And that's what's happening here in America. It's imploding, it's spiraling, it's circling the drain on all levels. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing a deterioration of a society that was once able to sink its tentacles and give false hopes to its inhabitants, man. So it says every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And the Lord is setting a variance in the American households, whether it be the communities, whether it be the courthouses, the federal buildings, all right, wherever. The Lord is setting divisions in all those places, and everyone is choosing a side, all right? But to Yasharallah, all right, the hopeful elect, choose righteousness, choose Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. This is the doctrine that we stand on. We see a burning and failing society around us, so it makes sense for us to continue in faith and call on our power that's been provided for us all along, man. All right, that's been keeping us in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to know what to do in these times, to be in the right frame of mind, to act. All right, to have the ground to stand on and the foundation and the apostles, man. All right, Yahushua HaMashiach being the chief cornerstone. It says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against itself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And this kingdom, America, is run by the physical counterpart of the left-handed angel, Satan, which is the house of Esau, Edom, chiefly Amalek. Now, I want to get this in the NLT, all right? And I'm going to get that too. I want to get this in the NLT real quick. Matthew 12. All right. And I'm going to just read it in the NLT. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And it reads, Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And if Satan is casting out Satan, he is divided and fighting against himself. His own kingdom will not stand. So what kingdom of Satan is that talking about, man? That's talking about America. That's the kingdom that's ruled by the physical counterpart of the spiritual left-handed angel or left-handed son of God, which is Satan, man. Because Satan is controlled by the Lord, man. Satan does the biddings of the Lord, all right? Satan is using Esau, Edom, chiefly Amalek, to do the biddings of Yahweh Shem Yahushua according to prophecy. It's the Lord's will. The Lord said he hardened Pharaoh's heart for his purpose. The Lord controls both sides, man. Not Esau, Edom, all right? And as it says at the title of this article, it says a constitutional crisis, because the Lord is taking down a quote-unquote constitution, quote-unquote the amendments of this society, all right, the Bill of Rights. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Lord of hosts, the power of the Bible of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is taking down the Constitution of America, all right? He's dismantling it by sending these different judgments and scourges. And the Lord is very clever, because the Lord used the word amendment in the scriptures, man, all right, to show you that there will come a society one day that will build itself up and then once again call itself bitter, okay, America, and then have a system set up behind a constitution and have something in it called amendments. So this is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So the Lord saying, hey, look, your constitution in 2025, it's not worth anything. It's being dismantled, all right? It's being questioned. It's being taken down. It's being amended, all right? But the ultimate amendments are coming from these scourges, these judgments on the earth. And I just looked this up, all right? How many amendments does the Constitution have? It says the U.S. Constitution has 27 amendments. The first 10 are known as the Bill of Rights. So this Constitution has amendments, but the Lord says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. I'm going to read from 17, Salakia. Woe is me, who would deliver me in these days? And Ezra saw these times where civil unrest was pending, all right, where you had inflation pending, okay, a digital currency pending, all hell breaking loose in the society. All those things are looming, man. A cashless society, a lawless society, all right, like this article goes into, okay? All of those things are on the table. That's what Ezra saw. It says, behold, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, and the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils come? So that's nothing but woes. That's nothing but destruction, great death, war, the powers standing in fear, famine, mournings. That's what we're seeing, man. The powers are standing in fear. All right, they're shaking, they're trembling. The keepers of the house, they're trembling. All right, their cash cow America it has an incurable wound. It has a wound to death, man. All right, and we're seeing it with all the facets of this society being brought low. So it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So the Lord is sending these scourges, Salakia, of amendment to take down the amendments that have the strongholds in this society, that are the strengths of this society, man. So the Lord said the deceived and the deceiver are his. So Lord willing, this message was edifying. A constitutional crisis 2025, giving infinite honors and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachak Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings. Until next time, shalom.